In 2010, he rose to the position of Director of Education and began his last phase of work in the civil service at King's College as Director Principal.
In 2010, January, that I was posted out of the headquarters to begin my final and terminal career in King's College as Principal and Director Principal of King's College. My coming to King's College, I was actually a reluctant candidate. Although I had dreamt that if I wanted to become principal, that I want to become a big principal. But I never gave it any serious thought because I was doing well with my colleagues in the university. I was doing well with vice chancellors, provosts, and rectors of all these tertiary institutions. But it dawned on Providence, and then I recall that it was actually the work of Professor Afolabi, who was the then permanent secretary. He just called me on the night and said he has posted me to King's College, and I said no, I want to remain in the headquarters because I want us to continue the reworking and the repositioning of the Federal Ministry of Education headquarters in order to give service to the nation. But he said, I have posted you, go and be the ambassador of the ministry there. The Minister of Education then, Mrs. Duku, Ajia Duku, also called me and said, although you might not like it, but we have known that you are a policy maker, you have done a lot of policies at the headquarters. We now want you to go and implement those policies on the field. And then the Director of Basic Education told me that what worked for me was that the permanent secretary said they needed somebody who was dynamic, who was young, and who could give service to restoration of King's College. And the man just said, put Otunba there. I think he will do it. That was how they now took me to King's College, and that was how I began.
Otunba, olapeju Elena, I'm a nurse by profession. I retired early this year, March, after 35 years of meritorious service to Lagos State. And my husband is Otunba, oladele, olapeju, olusegun. He just came home dejected. That day I was in Abuja for my leave. He just came home dejected. I said, what happened? He said they wanted to take me to Lagos. I said, Lagos? What is Lagos? Within me, I was happy at least I was in Lagos then, that he will come and join me again. But within him, he said he's satisfied where he was working. He didn't want to go to anywhere. He said the head of service called him that please go and rectify what is happening. I don't like what is happening in that college to go and work. Let the will of God be done. That was how he came down to King's College.
There are initial challenges on assuming office at King's College. Immediately he assumed duty, he toured the two campuses of the school, the main campus at Lagos Island and the annex campus at Victoria Island. He was able to assess the state of the school at that point in time. He set out an agenda to restore the old glory of the school and move it forward to the new age.
When I came to King's College, the myth and the reality now dawned on me. The myth, King's College being a brand, being a heritage school, only remained in name. The facilities on ground were already a grant, and they were in a begging state. One of the greatest challenges that we needed to do was to chart a course for the college for the future. They say people fail because they fail to plan, or they plan to fail. So I just taking a cue from Dr. Samegu, who had a workshop or a seminar or a conference in the ministry for the roadmap for the education sector. I also replicated it in King's College. by floating a stakeholders forum in September 2011, just barely 1 year after I resumed, to chart a course for the college and to look at the roadmap for the college for 25 years, both short, medium, and long term. And we had those 5 areas of focus. One, we said we're going to look at physical infrastructure. 2, teacher education and development. Then students themselves, learning and learning achievement and so on. And then we're going to look at the value system of the college. And then look at funding and then how to attract funds to the college. All these were the 5 areas that the stakeholders looked at. And significantly, with the cooperation of the old boys, even the Oba of Lagos gave us ₦1 million as a donation for the success of the stakeholders forum. We were able to chart a course, and you will not be surprised that one of the cardinal things we said was that fix infrastructure in King's College, then fix the teachers, let them have more continual education, more exposure into training, and then my first PTA meeting was in February. I made the parents to know that the challenge of education is not a government challenge, it's a collective challenge, and that education for all was the responsibility of all. So I tasked parents that my mission is to give quality service, but they also must contribute into their children's education. We don't have to go at those days when we all rely on government. Government is all of us. So the parents cooperated and they took on the challenge, and then we...
This area they are using for bakery now or for gym, it's being used as sheet island. They call it sheet island. So many sheets there. The students call it sheet island. But my husband went ahead to clear the place. So even the main campus, we saw so many rotten beds, rotten lockers everywhere, dirty. When he first took over, Operation Keep King's College Clean started that one, and that one really helped. They were able to clean all the surroundings, both the main and the annex campuses, and everything was going well until...
Is it about having a blueprint of what the college should look like when a stakeholders forum was called to discuss the way forward about the college, where people made contributions, and 5 areas of the college developments were then examined with contributors from professionals and other stakeholders, even traditional rulers. So this was compiled into a kind of a booklet, and that was sometimes in 2011, barely 1.5 years after his arrival as the principal of the college. And that one has seen as a kind of blueprint that he has operated between that 2011 and now.
He succeeded in convening a stakeholder meeting comprising the college itself, the parents and old boys of the college. So we came together and were able to form one of the most significant achievements of that stakeholders meeting was the formulation of a vision, a new vision and mission statements for King's College.
Like when he came in, he said, I have come to work and I want officers that will run with me when I'm running.